Hello.
Good morning. Hi, we're here. Good morning and welcome to Rise and Radke.
It's a great day
Yes.
to be alive. Why don't you enjoy my singing? Which kind of is concerning because I sing all the time. That's probably why you don't like it.
And there it is.
Too much of a good thing?
Well, here's the thing. You can sing like that and be silly like that around the house, and our kids laugh, and we know you're joking because all you ever sing is Shaka Khan songs. That I don't know.
Rock me,
Stop!
rock me.
Stop! Stop!
You can't say Shaka Khan and not expect me to at least...
But I don't understand why you do it for them. They don't know you.
Oh, they know me.
They do not. I assure you. As much as you think you do, you don't.
Okay.
It just a
if
minute
you
ago.
feel like you know me, okay, I need you right now to share Rise and Radke. And we're going to use the share numbers as the way to prove to Melissa
That's
that
a great
you know
poll.
me and you love me. Share.
That's a
and
great
that will
poll
show.
out there.
So today we'll have more shares than we've ever had just because people are going, not only do we know him, we love him, and we want him to sing more.
Hey.
Okay, you don't have to do that.
I want to say one thing about you. You are annoyingly a morning person. Annoyingly. If we had this, it wasn't Rise and Radke every morning. It was late night snacks with Radke. I'd be all up in it.
I like this.
I would be all up in it. You wouldn't be able to contain me. Okay? But instead it's Rise and Radke. Therefore, I'm always in a bad mood and he's over here singing like he's Donny Osmond. Donny freaking Osmond. Okay? Well, good morning, and we're so glad that y'all are here. We've got a lot of stuff to get to today.
Where are we watching from?
Let's do the Where Are We Watching From? We need a little, like every single time we go to a new segment, we need a jingle. Where are we watching from?
Wow, wow.
Where are we watching from? Are you in Ohio? Are you in New Jersey? Where are we watching from?
Since we do that every day, pretty much.
And every day I'll put in a new state and it'll be like it's brand new every day. I've literally got how many combinations? 25 different combinations of that song. There's 50 states.
But
25 combinations.
Did you do 2 states?
2 states per time.
But that, because we do it every day, that's just like a pow. That's like a little pop. You like that was too long. Like other segments can be longer because here's the segment where we broke the news. But that we do it every day, so it just needs to be a bow, and it's out. It's in and out.
You're grating on my nerves.
But we do have. It's gonna be a good week. We have Arkansas.
Stop talking so loud, David Vaughn. Stop. It's so loud, babe. It doesn't need to be that loud.
We've got Arkansas and Tennessee and Mississippi, and Crystal is sharing. Crystal knows and likes David singing. OKC. Morning, Virginia, Orlando, Missouri,
Paris, Texas.
Morgan.
I used to want to go there so bad when I was little. Katie, I had a crush on a guy from Paris, Texas.
Paris, Texas.
What town did I not have a crush on a guy from in Texas? You would see him at church camp and he'd be like, I think he's the one. I feel like God told me he's the one.
Hey, let's say that, because I don't even think you talked about this in your book, Eat Cake, Be Brave, paperback coming out soon. I don't think you even talked about this in the book because we met at college and you told that whole story. But here's something that's interesting. Melissa and I actually, talking about singing, when we were kids, through our church, we did like a talent thing. Way before American Idol, they had the...
Oh, yeah, that's right. Put our church's talent competition in the same sentence as American Idol. Who have brought us greats, like that guy Taylor with the gray hair, who I loved. And also, I also voted on Justin Guarini, who's now just the... is a sweet one. So clearly I'm not.
That's his voice?
That's him. And I also voted for Bo over Carrie Underwood. So as y'all can tell, talent, I can pick them.
I can pick talent that's right under Superior. What was it? Always Fine Arts?
Yes,
yeah.
David.
So anyway, Melissa and I did that growing up. And Melissa and I...
But 6 hours apart. You were in
6 hours
Wichita
apart.
Falls.
We did not know each other. We did not truly meet until college. But come to find out, at like a district level, well, even at a national level, we were on a stage together where I had won for male vocalist and she had won for female vocalist when, I don't know, we were like 14 years old.
My mother says, Melissa Page, I have got a picture of you standing on stage holding up your superior win for vocals, and David Radke is right beside you holding up his superior win for male vocals, and I've got a picture of both of y'all on the stage together. Y'all are like 13, you didn't even know each other. And I said, oh my gosh, can I have it? And her words were, and I quote, baby, I think I threw that out with a bunch of your baby stuff. That's literally what my mother said. Baby, I think I threw that out with a bunch of your baby stuff.
But you have to admit,
that's my mother in a nutshell.
That's pretty amazing at whatever it was, 13, 14
David
years old.
can sing.
6 hours apart.
You brought it. I think it's hilarious that you sing every morning when we open this show, and somebody just said, David can sing?
You know, that's kind of rude. I'm not singing serious when I'm singing on
You're
here.
singing like an...
Like an Osmond?
It's not unusual to be loved by anyone. All right.
Ooh, I could do Vegas.
Hey, let's talk about our weekend, because we got to get to it, y'all. I got to tell y'all about this weekend. It was rough going. It was rough going. Let's start with our movie review on Friday. It's time for Monday's movie review.
Dun-dun, dun-dun. Movie review now. I don't know. You gotta give me a little more time on that.
It's terrible, my gosh. I feel like we're going to have a talk after this is over when the cameras are off. I truly do. I really do.
What morning?
And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to say this with love. It's not going to go well.
What morning when we get off do we not have a talk?
Okay, here we go. Our movie review. Friday, we saw The Gentleman. I'm going to talk to you about this right now. Couple of things. I've got varied opinions. When the movie began, it came up directed by, filmed by, whatever, Guy Ritchie. Immediately I went, in my heart I went, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that going in. I did not know it was a Guy Ritchie film. I would have probably not gone to see it. For no other reason than I saw one other Guy Ritchie film, and they talk very fast and they talk a whole lot, and he lets them have all the thick accents, which they do. So sometimes it's a little hard to tell what they're saying, but his language there is no barrier. Absolutely none. But there's one particular word that he fancies. And I'm talking, what was the deal with that? It was almost awkward. It was in there so much.
Yeah, that was real. That was really weird. And I was going to ask you afterwards, in England, is it based in England?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do they really say that much?
I don't know, because...
Don't say it. You can spell it, but don't say it.
I'm not going to spell it. Oh. It's the C word is what it is. And I was embarrassed that Remy and Rocco were sitting there watching it. And had to... Just kidding. No, but seriously, it had it so many times. And I got to tell y'all something. I'm usually the girl that when my girlfriends are like, I tried to watch that movie, but there was so much language I had to leave. I'm like, I didn't hear one bad word. Apparently, I'm just desensitized to it. But this was like over the top. It was over the top. I don't remember any nudity or anything like that. But that word, so much. So much. Matthew McConaughey, whom I cannot tolerate. I've never liked him very much. I actually really liked him in this movie. I thought he was cool. I thought he was kind of cool in this movie. Charlie Hunnam was great. But you know what? I giggled a couple of times.
What about
Hugh Grant?
Hugh Grant.
I love Hugh Grant.
Those three guys,
they were great.
Did really good. It's not going to win any Academy Awards.
I think it's the second week in a row that we are telling you guys, wait till it comes out on TV.
The language is pretty rough. You're going to wait for TV, make sure the kids are out of the house. I mean, was it worth an hour and a half of our time versus, versus, cleaning the house, cleaning toilets? So, I mean...
Like I'm going to do that.
It's not the worst. I mean, it's not the worst, but we wouldn't highly recommend it.
Nah. Yeah. It's a meh.
There were some funny things, and there was a little bit of action, but yeah.
So, anyway, there's our review. I'm really sorry. I know a lot of people were really excited to see it, but it's a meh for me. I wouldn't watch it again, that's for sure. Also, here's another thing that happened this weekend.
Hey, I missed some...
Oh, yes. What are people saying?
Maybe I missed some comments here, but all of a sudden I saw Anna say, "Hey, Ginger." Is she being derogatory about me?
Wait, Ginger Tang must be her friend.
Oh, okay.
Because then Ginger Tang says back, "Hi, Anna."
Okay, my bad.
Well, I'm glad we're making connections on here and they're not paying one lick of attention to us.
Yeah. If you're going to talk amongst yourselves,
Talk amongst yourselves. Okay? But right now, and I'm not trying to make this all about me, but it is 100% about me right now. Okay? And y'all need to know that going in. All right. I'm just kidding. I'm really glad y'all found each other. I hope we've reconnected y'all after like 50 years. You were in high school together, but then y'all had a falling out. But then years later, you've come together, and it's because of me. Again, I'm not trying to point it back to me. All right, here we go.
I found your favorite quote of the morning.
What?
Melissa Radke, you look soups cute today. I love your hair and makeup.
That's Tracy Watson, and it's not soups. It's, oh, wait, maybe it is.
Sups?
Soups cute. It's cute. Remember that time my cousin Meredith tried to put her hair up and she said, I just want to put my hair up in a ponytail.
A ponytail.
No, I've never let her forget it.
Hey, Amy says that she's made a friend on here.
Amy Rowberry has made a friend on here?
Yeah.
Really?
I noticed nobody is confirming that, going, yes, I like Amy. Amy's my friend. So, could be
hey,
one-sided.
Jerry Kennedy says, I love your sweater. Let me tell you a story about this sweater. I bought it at Target years ago, and I still have it. And then one time we went to Disney, and I saw a lady wearing it at Disney. And I thought at Disney you're supposed to wear your really crappy clothes that you can get dirty and wet. And she had on this sweater. So apparently it's Disney quality.
She had just got off the log ride. She was.
You remember that? Because I was like, David, that lady just got off the log ride in my sweater. Anyway, here's what happened. I'm going to make a really long story really short. I did a bad thing. Remy had a friend come over on Saturday for a play under. That's when they come over for a sleep under, where they don't.
Did you just make that up?
No, it's a thing. It's a sleep under where they don't spend the night, but they just come over and play because we had to be up really early for church on Sunday morning. And this kid didn't want to get up early for church. She wanted to go to her church, not our church. Okay, so anyway, it was a sleep under. So I have to take her back home.
And just for y'all wondering, when Melissa says early, you think she's thinking, oh, what? Did Melissa have to be there by 10:30? No, we actually had to be there like at 7:30. So
7:30 on Sunday morning.
It was really good.
Yeah, so anyway, because I was helping lead worship yesterday. So here's after watching The Gentleman on Friday with the C word every 20 seconds. I didn't know! Anyway,
that's why we had to get to church early.
I had to take this friend back. Listen to what happened. I've never been to their house before, but I do know the family, and they're a wonderful family. But here's the thing about this family. They're very law-abiding.
They're good people.
They're good people.
They're kind.
They're not like some of our janky friends.
They're
okay?
kind. They're generous.
They're not like some of our janky friends that we hang out with on the weekends.
Most of our friends aren't very intelligent.
He's got letters behind his name. I'm not going to tell you what kind of doctor he is in case you live in Lufkin and know who he is. But I'll probably will tell you by the end of the story. But anyway, he's a doctor here in town, and she is very friendly and very kind. And they're just law-abiding good people. You know, and I was so happy that Remy had their daughter over.
A lot of times, Remy plays basketball with their daughter. And
you're narrowing it down.
A lot of times, when they're around us, we see them going.
Sometimes I'll make a joke and they will both go like this. Anyway, so I had to take her back home. I had never been to their house. They have a very long drive. So after I drop her off, it's probably about 8:30 at night. I say goodnight to the dad. And he wants to walk over to the car and say, thank you so much for having her. But I ask him to stay away from my car, a clear distance from my car, because I had sprayed some fart spray on the girls at the house. That's a little thing we do. And I smelled absolutely horrible. Just the worst.
It's really not fart
that's
spray
a long story.
As much as doo-doo spray.
It's the best $12 I've ever spent on Amazon in my life. Anyway, so I smelled terrible. So I was like, no, you stay there. Good to see you. They had a great time. They played well together. Bye. Y'all have a wonderful time. Now it's my moment. Okay? And I know it. The car knows it. I got to get down that long driveway in the pitch black dark.
Did they have no place to turn around?
They did, but there was something there, David, like a trailer or something. So I do this because Danny Daniels told me to do this in 10th grade driver's ed. So this is on you, Danny Daniels. I did like this. Now, is this not what you're supposed to do?
Some people.
Now, I don't have a lot of body fluidity. As David can tell you, I'm not super limber.
I feel like generally I use the mirrors because I'm checking this mirror, am I?
There was no doubt in my
driveway?
mind that you were going to do it differently, David, and do it better, and do it 100% better, okay? So I'm like this, and I've been driving for a while. And finally I say, oh my gosh, I need to turn around. Remy's in the front seat. Oh my gosh, I need to turn around like this more often. I got this. And Remy says, and I quote, so you mean to be in the grass? Now this family has a huge front yard. It's huge. And y'all, I'm right in the middle of it. I'm not to the side of it. I have literally turned my car and driven directly into the middle of their yard. That's why it was such smooth sailing. I had tons of room.
I just realized you say that you turned around like this, but because you're not limber, you probably were actually more like this. And so you were
I'm trying to do body yoga. It's not working. Anyway, y'all, I freak the heck out. It's been rainy in Lufkin. It has been rainy. I said, oh my Lord Jesus. I put that car in drive and mud just goes. And Remy said, well, I'm going to go get that dad. And I said, you most certainly are not. You most certainly are not. I don't think our insurance has paid him yet, and you are staying in this car.
Hey, here's the funny
I
thing.
am kicking that mud. It is a bad scene.
Hey, here's the funny thing. Her mother was going to come get her. Hey, I'll be there to pick you up.
Not my mother.
No, the girl's mother was going to come pick her up. Hey, I'll come pick her up. No.
I got this.
You stay home.
You do your.
So you know her husband's like, I told you to go get her.
So I have to. I'm just peeling time. What do you call that? I'm spinning wheels. I'm just doing it, y'all. So eventually, I see the front door open, and he comes out, and he is
very upright.
This is how David would have walked out. Okay, first,
it appears that you have.
David.
It appears that you have.
That's not true. He had on a sweatshirt. He walked out and he was like, oh my goodness, okay. And then I said, I'm not going to be able to get it out. You're going to have to get in Big Darla. That's what we call our car, is Big Darla. A lot of people don't want to get into her, and I can understand that.
Nikki has already said, oh, poor Big Darla.
Oh, Big Darla. She was, y'all, but you know what? She is.
This morning, she looks like she was rode hard and put up muddy.
Put up wet. She does. She's had a hard time. You know, Big Darla, she's got a bad past. Okay? She's been used and abused, that girl.
She has been in some.
So I said, you're going to have to get in Big Darla and move her. And he was like, oh, wonderful. Okay, let me just scoot this Cheetos bag out of the way. We don't keep her super clean. And he gets in, and eventually he's able to get her out. The mom comes out. She's dying laughing. She thinks it's hilarious. Probably inside she's dying for her husband. But that was my weekend. They do get my car. I don't know. What do you do when that happens, y'all? What is etiquette? Do you take dirt over? Is that what they want to see, really? Is that what they want to see? Is 4 Radkes in their front yard with shovel pulling out dirt? Is that what you would want to see, America? No. So what do we do? I can't.
See, but my initial reaction is I messaged the mom because she's on a group thing for the basketball team. I immediately just said, please tell him I'm sorry. Please let him know I'll come over and help. And then I thought after the fact, I need to offer to send a yard person over there.
Me?
You're not a yard person. I'm talking about fixing the yard, not destroying the yard.
Well, that's what happened, and I didn't want to. Y'all know me. Y'all gotten to know me well. I don't like to point blame. I don't. I like to take the blame if I at all can. But honestly, I don't want to ever point out anybody's faults. But I said to him, and now you're going to know what kind of doctor he is. He's my eye doctor. And I said to him, I'm not trying to put the blame on you, Dr. Hancock. I am not.
You didn't have to say his name. You could have left that out.
But I can't see it not when I drive, and I feel like that's on you. The fact that I drove off into the grass, I'm not sure whose problem that is, but I kind of think it's yours. You know what I'm saying? And he took it. He took that.
Now
he's the one who prescribed me those contacts. Remember months ago?
That she refused to.
Remember months ago, y'all? The saga of me trying to put in the contacts. That's on him.
Okay, But you
this was a subconscious payback for him trying to make me wear contacts. My heart did it. I didn't even know it.
We got down to it. When his wife was laughing hysterically, she said, "You see this 4 acres right next door? They had just bought the 4 acres
wooded
next door to him. Solid wood. It's just, I mean, they don't use it for anything unless the boys are going to go hunting or whatever.
Shoot guns or
whatever. And he had just so you can have some reference, he had just put up a sign saying, "Please keep your 4-wheelers off the property." So
because he didn't like ruts.
He didn't want to have ruts
in his woods.
In the woods. So I doubt he liked him in the yard.
I did hear him say at one point to his daughter, "When is the yard competition? It's not in the winter, right?"
Nuh-uh.
He did.
Oh.
But I think it was a joke, but I can't tell because he was very stern-faced when he said it.
They're very, very nice people. I need to reach out to
Somebody's not going to file my insurance. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that was our weekend. What are they saying? Let's hear from them. Give it to me.
Lisa said she feels like that's still on you. They are saying we need to...
Joanne says have a landscaper go over and fix it. You go over and fix it, Joanne.
Yeah.
You know how expensive a landscaper is?
Nicole says we need a car with a backup camera. She's evidently not watched the Radkes, which that's very hateful. Big Darla does not have a backup cam.
Big Darla doesn't have a front cam or even a front headlight.
In fact, her cams may not be working.
Nicole, I wish to goodness I have a grocery list of the things I want on my next car. Okay, but we're gonna have to pay full price for it because I'm not selling it. Big Darla, I'm not trading her in. She will be with us forever.
She'll be in the Radke Museum.
She will. She'll stay in our garage. I'm not doing a trade in on her. Hey, I love her.
But next time you go somewhere late like that, let's get some...
It was 8:15.
Let's get some duct tape and tape one of our phones to the back, and then we'll FaceTime. And then so we will put a camera on there.
Way to go. Thanks, Nicole.
I love it.
You broke them in Radke style? That's the truth.
I've been listening but couldn't type because I was making breakfast.
Nikki, I think a company going over with sand to fill in the ruts would be well received. Well, I know it would be well received, but would it be well paid for?
But my question is, who's coming to our house to fill in our ruts that she's made in our yard?
Who's going to do that for us? I can go to your yard and make ruts all day long. Nobody's trying to fix ours. I'm really sorry to my eye doctor.
Somebody asked...
I really felt bad about that.
Hey, I think they might be fine. You know how everybody has a Ring doorbell?
Uh-huh.
If he caught that on a Ring doorbell, he's set. All he's got to do is send it into AFE or whatever, and he's good. So, if he's got a Ring doorbell...
Don't you know they went to church the next day and said, guess who came over to our house yesterday?
And we know a bunch of people that go to their church, and they all said, "Are you surprised at any of that?"
She did say this. I will tell you this. Now, this is going to be good talk on Rise and Radke. To which I was like, oh, God, you know what that is? So apparently she watches. Oh, y'all. Poor Remy.
Beverly
we got in the car. We drove home, and Remy went like this. Remy looked at me, and she went, I just can't keep a friend.
Beverly Platt says, you sound like a typical East Texas mutter.
I was an East Texas mutter. Oh my gosh, it was mortifying. So the Grammys came on last night. Billie Eilish won a whole bunch of stuff. Did you guys watch it? I didn't watch it. I literally have read this. I read the review.
She won everything. She won 5.
She won so much. Y'all, I'm telling you guys, I just told y'all a minute ago about my inability to ever pick an American Idol winner. Ever. I have always picked the runner-up. I have called in and voted for the runner-up every single time. I'm going to give you 2 examples of times that I literally looked at somebody and went, they'll never make it. The first one was when So You Think You Can Dance came on, and they would always, it was like when it first started coming out, season 1 or 2, and they would have musical guests that would come on and do something. This was probably I'm not kidding, 9 years ago. And they had on this brand new artist by the name of Lady Gaga. And I remember when she came out, Remy was small. She was like, who's that? And I said, don't matter. She won't be around long. She won't be around no time, Remy. She's weird. That's never going to work out. Now she's married and pregnant with Bradley Cooper.
She's not married nor pregnant.
We're supposed to be giving them news, David. This is the way to do it. Then Billie Eilish. Remy said, everybody at school is listening to Billie Eilish. Can we start listening to Billie Eilish? Remy, she's going to come and go. She's going to be a drop in the bucket. Nobody's going to remember in 6 months. She won 5 Grammys last night. I'm telling you, I can't pick them. I cannot pick them.
Well, you can.
But you know what? I'm going to say this.
When you say that, we all need to listen and go, okay, that's the person's going to be.
But you know what I did on Entertainment Weekly, like .com or whatever, and you could click on to see the winners, and it had her acceptance speech. She was really nice.
Oh, really?
Yes, and her brother was up there with her, and he was really nice. And
well, he's like, her producer.
She said, this is my brother, and I'm going to let him talk because he's my very best friend, and we're just a brother and sister who grew up making music in our bedroom. Like, that's what, and our parents let us, and...
It's very different. I mean, it's not your typical pop music. Some of the songs, I haven't looked at all of them. There's a couple of songs I won't let the kids listen to because lyrically, they're not appropriate, but...
We're like, you know what? We're not going to listen to this Guy Ritchie music. We're going to go pay to sit through it.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, on a more serious note, I just want to say that we all heard about the Kobe thing yesterday, which we were at lunch with my parents and some friends of ours when we heard about it, and we all just kind of went like this. Didn't y'all? Like, I'm not even a basketball watcher. I've never been an NBA watcher at all. I couldn't tell you much about him. But did you not feel like the wind had just been kicked out of you? I did. And we were talking about that on the way home. And I want David to repeat what he said. When I said to him in the car, I go, David, I didn't even ever really watch Kobe. I don't know much about his history or anything, but I felt like the wind had just been sucked out of the room, like somebody gut punched me. Why is that? And he made a really great point. I want you to say that, what you said.
Well, I just, first of all, even if you're not a basketball fan, there's not very many people that do not know who Kobe Bryant is. If you are a basketball fan, then you're a Kobe Bryant fan as far as maybe he beat your team or something like that, and you didn't care for him. But as far as the way he played, and he by no means necessarily wasn't a perfect man. I mean, he made mistakes like everyone does, I guess. But everybody knew him, everybody loved him, and I think even since he retired a couple of years ago, it's that love's even grown because he had just his competitive side. His competitive side has come down. You have to think. I believe he entered the NBA when he was 17. He came straight out of high school.
Okay, but tell him what you said, that baby.
But I think the thing that was just so, it took the wind out is that you have somebody, even though he's I think 2 years retired, you have somebody that's a physical specimen. I mean, he's like his body is like a machine. His popularity and especially. Really not even in the United States, around the world is at this high. His bank account is at this high. I mean, you just think, man, he has got his whole life in front of him. And just like that, his life and very unfortunately as well, his daughter's life is just gone. I think it just takes us all going, no one saw that. It wasn't a sickness that slowly took him over time. And that
we just don't expect those who have it all together to lose it all.
And it just, I mean, we all should already know this, but life is so precious and it could just be taken at any time. And so Remy and I were actually talking about it again this morning in the car. We have to live every day as it is our last day. And especially with the way that we treat our family and our friends and our loved ones and how we talk to them. And
I disagree with you.
What do you mean?
I don't think it's possible to live every day like it is our last day. People have to get up and go to work. They have to clock in. They have to deliver packages for UPS, and they have to give transactions at the bank. They have to give flu shots because they're a nurse. I mean, people can't live every day like it is their last. And I'm not trying to be like overly spiritual right now. We can love every day like it is our last, but we can't live every day. I got things I got to do today. I'm going to lunch with my girlfriends. I got to tell you, if it was my last day on earth, I love them, but it's probably not what I do.
And that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about live this is your last day. Well, great. I'm going to go run up a bunch of credit card bills because I'm not going to be here tomorrow.
But I just don't like that.
I'm talking about we live every day the way we treat people. So yes, when you're at work, sitting next door to your cubicle mate that maybe you don't care for, I do. I think we should live every day in that manner. Not the things we do, but our attitude, our thoughts.
Well, here's the thing, though. When you said that yesterday in the car, which in the condensed version was, he's this perfect specimen of male strength and power. and you never expect that to happen. You expect it to happen to feeble bodies and, immortal people or something, and we somehow elevate these people to immortality, but I meant mortal. Anyway, it doesn't matter. As I was thinking in the car, though, I was driving home and I was looking out the window and I was thinking, yesterday, in the time that Kobe Bryant passed and his daughter passed, somebody called in hospice for their family. Somebody said goodbye to their mother. Someone was killed by a drunk driver. A woman was killed in a domestic violence incident. A teenager took their life through suicide. Y'all, there is heartache all over the place. And if you are not feeling heartache and you are not seeing heartache, you are not looking. You are inside your house with the doors closed and the blinds drawn. Because there is literally, I thought about that yesterday. I thought, this family is just, bless this mother's heart. She just must be broken. But what about the family who was standing beside the bed yesterday when their father took his last breath? What about the children who watched Daddy walk out of the door yesterday and drive away? There's heartache all over the place. And there's a song that we sing that I love. We sing it. We play it in the kitchen all the time if I'm doing the dishes. And there's a line in the song it's a worship song, and my kids sing it, and it says, "Break my heart for what breaks yours." You better be careful if you pray that. You better be careful if you sing that. If you sing "Break my heart for what breaks yours," there's a very good chance He's going to start showing you heartbreak is everywhere. And when I entered this business, and this is a business, what I do with my career is a business of people. God started showing me heartbreak is everywhere. So yeah, I felt that yesterday for the Bryant family. I felt that for him and the people that loved him and followed him, and that the world had to watch that. But I also thought about that teen who took their life yesterday, and that drunk driver who took someone's life yesterday. I thought about cancer that freaking took somebody's life yesterday. It is everywhere, you guys. So we can't live every day like it's our last day, but we can love every day like it is our last day. Because there's just hurt everywhere.
I want to challenge what you're saying. I may not have articulated it, and I think there have been a few people saying I agree with Melissa, and I totally 100% disagree. You can live every day like it's your last. Not in what you're going to do. I want to go to Disneyland, or I want to go have a nice meal. I'm not talking about that.
I'm going to go jump out of a plane.
So maybe I misarticulated that. But anybody that says they agree you can't do that, I can't. And that's not what you're saying. We're saying the same thing, I think, differently. You absolutely have no excuse in your time, in your resources, in your schedule, nothing, to live every day like it's your last, in the way that you treat people and love people, and think about, like what Melissa's talking about, having your heart break for those other people. So if you think, I'm just too busy, or well, I got to get work done or whatever, I have to do this, every day you can love. That's probably a better way to say it. You can love like it's your last day. And so if you don't think that, I do want to challenge you, because you absolutely can do that. We have to get out of ourselves sometime and love people that way, and listen to them and acknowledge them. And when you walk out of the house, I mean, and we've done this definitely with the kids. When they walk out of that house, you need to not be arguing and yelling and those kind of things, because it could be the last. So we have to live every moment like that.
Well, that leads us to today's quote. I want to end with this. I think it's a great way to end. Just be careful if you say the words, "Break my heart for what breaks yours, God," that he very well may show you. So today's quote is this right here. Love people, use things. The opposite never works. That's the quote. Love people, use things. The opposite never works. It never does. Stop using people. Instead, see their pain, love them through it. You will learn an awful lot about yourself. I told David, if you start doing these morning shows with me, God's going to break your heart for people. He's going to soften your heart for people. Be prepared. And he does. I love our emails and to see what people are going through. We're going to share a reader email with y'all tomorrow. Remember today, guys. Okay, happy Monday. Love people and use things, because the opposite just never works. Okay? Have a great day.
See you guys.